ancient China, a wise emperor reigned, and his greatest love was for flowers. His gardens were a living tapestry, the most magnificent in all the land.
Filled with lotus blossoms that floated like jewels on water, delicate orchids,
And vibrant peonies that seemed to hold the sunlight in their petals. But as time passed, the emperor grew old.
A shadow of worry crossed his heart.
Who
He often wondered.
will care for my kingdom and my beautiful garden when I am gone? The emperor had no children to inherit his throne. So, with wisdom sparkling in his eyes, he devised a unique plan to find a successor. He would choose from among the children of his land. One bright spring morning, the great golden bells of the palace rang out, their sound echoing through the valleys.
In response, hundreds of children, boys, and girls dressed in their finest silk clothes flocked to the palace courtyard, their faces filled with curiosity and excitement.
The old emperor greeted them with a kind and gentle smile. He addressed the eager crowd, his voice warm and clear. To each of you, he announced, I will give one special seed. Take it home, plant it in a pot, and care for it with all your heart. In exactly 1 year, you will return and show me the flower you have grown. The child who presents the most beautiful flower will be the next emperor of this land. Among the hopeful children stood a young boy named Ping. He adored plants more than anything, and his heart soared with excitement. He carefully took his seed, cradling it in his small hands, and rushed home. He found a perfect pot, filled it with rich, dark soil, and tenderly planted the emperor's seed. Every single day, Ping was a devoted gardener. He watered the seed just enough, ensuring the soil was moist but not too wet. He moved the pot to catch the warmest rays of the morning sun. He waited and waited, but his pot remained stubbornly empty. Not even a tiny green sprout broke through the soil. Weeks turned into months. All around the village, Ping heard stories and saw evidence of the other children's success. Their seeds had sprouted into strong stems with lush leaves, and soon magnificent flowers in every color imaginable began to bloom. Ping's pot, however, held nothing but dirt. He felt a pang of disappointment, but refused to give up. He repotted the seed in new, even richer soil. He whispered kind words to it, hoping to encourage it to grow. Still, nothing happened. Finally, the day of reckoning arrived. The year was over. Ping's heart was heavy with sadness and a sense of failure. His pot was just as empty as it was on the very first day. But Ping's father had always taught him the importance of honesty. So, with a deep breath, he polished his empty pot until it shone and carried it bravely to the palace. His head held low, the palace garden was a riot of color.
children stood proudly beside pots overflowing with stunning, brilliant flowers of every shape and size.
The emperor walked slowly through the rows, his face unreadable as he inspected each magnificent bloom. Then he came to Ping. He stopped and looked down at the boy's empty pot. "Why have you brought me an empty pot?"
The emperor asked, his voice soft but clear.
Ping bowed his head deeply, his cheeks flushing with embarrassment. "Your Majesty," he said in a small, trembling voice, "I am sorry. I planted the seed you gave me. I watered it and cared for it every single day, just as you instructed.
But no matter what I did, it would not grow." A slow smile spread across the emperor's face.
He turned to the entire assembly, his voice now booming with authority. "Listen, everyone," he called out. "A year ago, I gave you all a seed. What you did not know is that when mine failed to sprout. Only this boy, he said,
pointing to Ping, had the courage and the honesty to bring me the truth. He took Ping's empty pot and held it high for all to see.